this video, I'm going to cover how I went about adding a spray tank and automatic spray system with a spray bar up front to my zero-turn mower, which is going to allow me to take a little better care of my yard. First, I have a 54-inch Mustang zero-turn lawnmower from Troy built, and what I try to do is use existing holes already in the mower so that I did not have to drill any. I started out using a piece of material that I had laying around to create a deck or a platform to set the tank on, and I created this in a CAD program and cut it on my CNC machine. And then I designed a couple of brackets to mount to the round bumper, and in a little bit of time you can see the finished mount, and the struts that hold the platform up are 5/8 C-channel. That's an 1/8 inch wall thickness, and those actually mount or set over some bolts that I ran through some existing holes in the frame. And here's a look at the platform after I got it mounted. Then I went back and cut 2 holes so that I could put the tank on in either direction. I also added 2 ears on either side, you see there, which allow the tank to be mounted. Here you see those holes. You'll understand those holes in a minute. I also it uses 5/16 bolts to mount the tank, and so I created a cap to go over the bolt head. That way I can turn it like a wing nut, so I do not need any tools to install the tank, and it's done. It only takes about 90 seconds, and that's with a camera in your hand. So here's a look at the bolts, and here's a look after the tank has been mounted. Notice that the bolts do not cinch the tank up really tight, and I did not want to put the tank in any bind, so basically the tank floats on those 4 bolts. And here you can see the power cord is there. All I have to do is plug it up. This is the mount that I used to mount the spray bar on the front, and again I used existing holes, so I cut those openings in this mount so that I could get to the bolts to install them. I also added on a solenoid valve up front so I can turn on and off the spray bar using a solenoid valve, and also I've got shut-offs there so I can turn one or the other off manually. I also added check valves, so when I turn the system off, it's off. Here you can see a quick release, and this allows me to remove the tank quickly whenever I want to store it. And of course, with a when I plug it up, then the tank is ready to go. Here's a look at the dashboard. I've added 2 switches. The red switch you see there, which lights up red whenever the pump is on. The blue switch lights up whenever the spray bar is active or spray bar is on. Here's a look at the dirt road there before I spray a pattern, and here's a look at one pass on that dirt road. So you can see I get pretty good coverage. I also have a wand that wraps around for storage. Here you can see why I put that hole in there. It makes it easy to get to that filter, which is a screen filter. And then here's a look at the finished mount, and you notice the tank is set really close to the rear wheel. I'm adding about 120 pounds whenever that tank is full, so you want to be careful if you're mounting this. You want to stay as close to the axle as possible because of the added weight. So I hope you've enjoyed this little inside look at my little project. And here you can see that with the tank off, I can store my mower where I normally do. And here's a look at the switches in operation. Again, the first switch, the red one, turns on the pump, and then the blue switch actually turns on the spray bar up front. So here's a look at real time how to remove the tank with a camera in one hand. So as you can see, it's actually pretty simple to remove. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them below or send me an email, and I'll be happy to help you if I can.